Hey everyone, welcome to Parallax. One of the most intriguing and mysterious objects of the entire universe is a black hole, a region formed when a large amount of mass collapses into a very small region. For example, if we could compress entire Mount Everest into a grain of rice, we will form a black hole of size of a grain of rice. Physically, it would be impossible of course, but when a huge star dies, it's a completely different story. But normal-sized star can never become a black hole, including our Sun. For a star to collapse into a black hole, it will have to be at least 3 times the mass of our Sun. When such a star dies, it exhausts all of its nuclear fuel, which was keeping it from collapsing, and gravity overcomes the outward force, giving rise to a stellar black hole by a process called supernova, one of the brightest things in the universe. But hold up, what is a stellar black hole? Well, black holes are divided into 3 categories: stellar, medium or intermediate, and supermassive. A stellar black hole is a kind of black hole that is formed when a star collapses under its own gravity. When some of these stellar black holes collapse into one another, they form a bigger and much more massive black hole called the intermediate black holes. And then there's the supermassive. Albert Einstein's theory of relativity was the first to theorize the black hole, about 100 years ago, but Einstein himself did not believe in them up until 1965 when astronomers saw a blue giant star getting sucked by something, and no object known at the time had the kind of power to do this. But astronomers' community was very divided upon the existence of black hole up until recently that a black hole was first time ever photographed. But if you think about it, how big can a black hole really get? Let's start with the smaller ones. The stellar black holes, most of which are no bigger than some of the biggest cities on Earth like Chicago or Shanghai. You might think that a black hole that size can't do much to a planet like Earth, but to your surprise, such a black hole can not only shred Earth to pieces, but can do same to massive stars. Now the intermediate black holes are about 100 to 100,000 times the mass of the Sun. They can be as big as an entire planet, and some of them can even be the size of an entire star. These are formed when 2 or more stellar black holes collide. Such a collision gives rise to one of the most violent events in the universe. Now let's talk about the supermassive black holes. These black holes are about 1 million to 100 billion times the mass of the Sun and are one of the biggest mysteries of the universe. How such black holes were formed is unknown, and this has been one of the biggest mysteries to the entire astronomers community around the globe. Most of these black holes are found at the center of galaxies. Our galaxy also has a supermassive black hole at its center, called Sagittarius A star. It is about 4 million times the mass of the Sun, but that is so tiny compared to some of the other black holes known. Remember the first image of black hole? The black hole in this picture is the black hole in the center of galaxy M87 and is about 6.5 billion times the mass of the Sun and a diameter of 38 billion kilometers. Impressive, right? But far from the most impressive black hole known yet. The biggest black hole known is at the center of a massive spiral galaxy called ESO 44446. It does not have an official name yet because it was just discovered recently. This black hole is about 77 billion times the mass of the Sun. Yes, 77 billion. And a diameter of 400 billion kilometers. To put that distance into perspective, the diameter of entire solar system is 287 billion kilometers, which means that this black hole is almost twice the size of entire solar system. Now just imagine what a black hole of that size can do. Astronomers around the globe are discovering even more massive black holes every year. So it is only certain that black holes even bigger than ESO 444-46 will be discovered. Is there a limit to how big they can get? No one knows for sure, but one thing is certain, that we have just started looking into the universe. And by the way, thanks for watching.